Welcome back to The Empowered Life. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you content that's empowering, encouraging and inspiring. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be advised of any new uploads. And if you like the content that I share, please hit the thumbs up button. So today I'm just doing a quick book review. That's a good thing actually about being in self-isolation. I'm getting to catch up on lots of amazing books that I am reading. So, you know, it has a plus side, I suppose. But this book that I read is by somebody called George Lois and it's called Damn Good Advice. So I picked up this book for 16 pence off Amazon. I bought this book because I'd bought similar books before by people like Paul Arden. Paul Arden is quite an inspirational person, even though he is in advertising and marketing. But George Lois is in the same field, and in the 1950s he was known as Mr. Big Idea. He was huge in the advertising and marketing world. He's an art director, creative designer, author, and he's best known for the fact that he did 92 covers of Esquire magazine, besides doing huge advertising campaigns as well. He's something of a creative genius. So this book, Damn Good Advice, is made up of 120 bits of advice George gives to those who are in the creative advertising industry. His book is quite different actually to Paul Arden's books, even though they are both creatives and both in advertising and marketing. With Paul Arden's books, his books offered inspiration and motivation as well, so anybody could feel inspired by his books. But with George's book, his book is more aimed at those who are wanting to get into advertising. So I'm just going to share with you some quotes from his book. Number 4, he talks about the anti-slogan, be careful. Now this is something that his mum would always say to him as an over-concerned parent about every single thing in his life. Be careful, George. And what he says is, it's better to be reckless than careful, better to be bold than safe, better to have your work seen and remember, or you've struck out. There is no middle ground. And yes, for creatives and entrepreneurs, it is the anti-slogan, be careful, because in the first place, to venture out and do things that are against the norm, it does involve not being careful. So number 31, he shares work is worship. Working hard and doing great work is as imperative as breathing. Creating great work warms the heart and enriches the soul. Those of us lucky enough to spend our days doing something we love, something we are good at, are rich. If you do not work passionately, even furiously, at being the best in the world at what you do, you fail your talent, your destiny and your God. And I totally agree. The key thing is the work that you do has to come from purpose and calling. It has to be something that you know that you were meant to do. Number 83, he says, present your ideas without saying, you know, like every other sentence. And basically what he's saying is just be confident in what you're doing, be confident in what you're presenting. It's your idea, it's your vision. This is one of his advertising campaigns and one of the covers of Esquire magazine with Muhammad Ali. It's fascinating to see how advertising campaigns took shape, but I have to say I didn't really like the book as much as I thought I would. I didn't come away from the book feeling that inspired, and I know that the book was aimed at those who are more in the advertising, marketing, creative field. I did find how he put himself across in some of the examples he gave to get an advertising deal or contract as a little bit questionable, and he came across a bit arrogant. I'm not saying he's an arrogant person because I don't know him, but I'm just talking about how he presented himself in this book. He also supported somebody through his creative power who had been in prison for 25 years for something they did not do, by creating advertisements that were displayed in certain newspapers to alert people to this injustice. So, you know, he did do good things with his creative genius. Now, should this book of being 120 pages of his kind of thoughts or quotes on his advice? No, actually I think he could have done it in 50 or even 75. Out of all 120 that I read, I probably liked a handful of them, but that's not to say that those who are in the creative and advertising industry might not find them all really good. So my run of black and white books where I've said to you, you know, I've never read a black and white book that I didn't like, even though it is a sophisticated looking book. I didn't really like this book. and that is just my own personal taste. It might be to other people's taste. If you are somebody who's in this industry, you probably would like this book. But yeah, you know, check it out if it's something that you'll be interested in. I will leave a link to it in the box below. If you do buy this book, let me know what you think of it.